Welcome to Corekind This Week, number 71, the show where we look back at some of the biggest stories in the world of Corekind from the past week, and I give you my opinions on them. If you want to learn more about these stories, come up with your own opinions. In the show notes down below, I'll put a link to each story where you can read about them for yourself and come up with your own ideas. I'd love to hear from you. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up. Helps us a lot because it lets YouTube know you enjoy what we're doing here, and hopefully we can help you break free from the high cost of cable TV and still watch what you enjoy to watch. One quick note before we dive into the news. Trying out a new camera. This is a camera I usually do the weekly Q&As on. Try it out in here. Let me know what you think. I'd love to hear from you. Maybe we'll go back to the other camera. Maybe we'll someday upgrade to an even nicer camera. We'll see, but I'd love to hear your opinion if you think this looks better than the older camera. All right, let's dive into the news. First, a few quick deals. Sling TV's deal is going to come to an end soon. We don't know exactly when, but they've called it a tax deal. Well, tax season's almost up. Right now, you can get Orange and Sling TV Blue for just $15 a month, or both combined for $25. This is a really great deal, and I hear some people, Luke, why do you talk about deals over again? This deal is, you announced it like a week ago, 2 weeks ago. Because every time we do a deal like this, when it ends, I always get a couple emails like, hey, how come you didn't tell us about this? If I had known about this deal, I would have subscribed to it. So, or purchased it or whatever. So when deals like this happen and they go on for a long time, we do like to let people know about them again so that you don't miss out on any great deals. And hopefully some of those people who email us and say, hey, I would have got it if I had only known, we'll see that post. Let's dive into the news. One of the biggest stories of the week was that Roku's rolling out a new update. So over the next couple weeks, Roku players and Roku TVs will start getting a new update. 9.1 is the update, and it includes a lot of new features. One of the most exciting ones is there's voice search and other cool things that are getting upgraded, but a new feature where you log into something once, like Hulu or Sling or Netflix in the future, and all your Rokus will be updated. So if you have a Roku in the living room, you have a Roku in the bedroom, maybe in the kids' playroom, one login, all your Rokus are signed in across your account. Now, only about 10 apps are included at launch. Sling TV is one of them. There's a few others. I think Philo was another one. But Roku also quietly changed the rules for channel developers. And in that rule is if you stream over 3 million hours on average video on your channel in over 3 months, so I think it was 5 million over 3 months if I remember right. Link in the show notes if you want to get the exact hours. But the short of it is bigger channels like Netflix and Hulu and Amazon and ESPN and more, they easily cross that requirement. And they will now be mandated to add support. Now, how quickly Roku is going to force that mandate? Is this like they have a month, 2 months, do they have a quarter to do it? Maybe a year? I don't know. But it is being mandated that they enable the support for what they call account linking, which will allow you to log in once and have multiple Rokus all log in across your account. I think this is a great idea. Very excited about it. Who here has not been watching like ESPN on your living room Roku and then go into your bedroom and find out, oh, I got to sign in again? And that's not exclusive to Rokus. That happens on the Apple TV and the Fire TV where ESPN especially seems to always want to revalidate that, hey, you're not giving that account out to somebody else. And it's very annoying when you really want to watch that game and now you have to re-authenticate. So in the show notes, I'll put a link to the full post about the 9.1 update where you can read about the improved voice search and you can read about the account linking and the requirements for companies like Netflix, Amazon, and Hulu to eventually someday add that feature if they want to update their channel. All right, next story up today. Viacom is going to be adding more content to Pluto TV. So we learned that BBC Studio content, including classic Doctor Who content, is coming to Pluto TV. Now we're learning, according to a Viacom executive who spoke at the National Association of Broadcasters convention this week. I was there. I listened to his presentation, and he said that they will be adding more back catalog content from Viacom. So don't expect like the stuff from today necessarily to be added. But there's a huge catalog of great Viacom programming that hopefully maybe we'll see a bar rescue channel on Pluto TV someday. Maybe past clips from like Comedy Central's Daily Show and more will be added. I'd love to hear what classic Viacom shows would you like to see added to Pluto TV. But it's good news. This is what we expected when Viacom bought Pluto TV. Now that you got Discovery content on Pluto TV, you got BBC Studio content, and now you have more Viacom content coming, That makes Pluto TV a service that if you're not using it, maybe you should check out again. And honestly, a lot of these free services, if you haven't used them in a while, Roku channel, Crackle, Tubi, and more, give them another try. There's a lot of good content out there. All right, to maybe what is the hottest, most contested story out there right now with people just arguing about it all day and all night, is YouTube TV is raising the price $10 by adding some Discovery channels. I really didn't get an opportunity to talk much about this on our daily recaps because it happened just as I was about to pack up my bags and head out the next day, so I didn't have really a time to sit down and talk to you. But I've had a few days to think about it, had a few days to listen to you and all your opinions about this move. And I get it. You know, with YouTube TV's old price point, you could add Philo for $55 and get all the Viacom, all the Discovery, and a whole bunch of other content. Now, for $50, you get some Discovery content and no Viacom content. It's not necessarily the happiest situation in the world. I get it. This is something I've warned people about. I want everything. I want everything. Well, when you want everything, it costs money. Now, it's still a lot cheaper than cable TV. According to Fortune, the average cost of cable TV is $107 and change a month. Just for TV, average cable TV subscriber cost. Internet not included. So YouTube TV and Google seem to be betting that for $50 a month, 70 channels, about a little under half the cost of cable TV, will entice people. And for some it will. For some that's a great deal. I already heard some people say, hey, I had Pluto, I had YouTube TV because I wanted these Discovery channels. Now that they're on YouTube TV, I can drop Philo. Other people have said, hey, I'm going to go to Sling TV. That's the greatest thing about cord cutting. Comcast just raised their price this week by $10 a month. So YouTube TV's price hike, it means that you're saving the same amount of money this year as you did last year if you were an old Comcast subscriber, because Comcast went up $10, YouTube TV went up $10. The savings there is basically the same. So my question to you is, are you ditching? Are you happy? Are you unhappy but going to stay put because it's still cheaper? Leave me a comment. I'd love to hear from you. My initial reaction was, if I was in charge of YouTube TV, I would have done it. I may have just promoted like, hey, if you want all that, $55 or $56, excuse me, you get YouTube TV and Philo, still cheaper than cable. You get all the Viacom, you get all the Discovery, all the Hallmark channels, all these sports channels on YouTube TV and more, versus $50 with just some Discovery channels added. That's how I would have done it, and I'd get it. The good thing about cord cutting, no contract switch, but I do think the talk of cable TV being a better deal now is way overgrown because you have all the, you have a lot more flexibility, you have a lot more channels. Because remember, a lot of those ads for like the digital starter, the starter TV package from Comcast, don't include things like ESPNU, SEC Network, and more. You have to go up to a much higher package to get a lot of those channels. They're included with YouTube TV in the lower package. The question really comes down to which one has what you want. Sling TV, $15, Hulu, $45, and PlayStation Vue, $45. There's a lot of cheaper options if you want to go that way. You can try out all these different services and explore. I have heard from a lot of cord cutters that they're going to drop live TV, just get it when there maybe it's football season or The Walking Dead. And the rest of the year, they're just going to go to on-demand services like Netflix and Amazon. Is that you? I'll love to hear from you. Leave me a comment. Let me know. What's your reaction? What's your plans? How do you intend to respond to YouTube TV's price hike? Next up, this week Disney announced that they're launching Disney Plus. We learned a lot about it. We'll get to that in a minute. But one of the things that probably forced them to make this move is the fact that the Disney Channel since 2014 has lost 72% of its average audience. That means the average audience period is 72% lower in 2019 than it was in 2014. That is a huge drop for the Disney Channel, who relies heavily on advertising, to have to now say, hey, 72% of our audience is gone and still want to get the same amount of money is a tough sell. Are you surprised by this? The thing I thought was most interesting here is this completely explains Disney's move into buying majority of Hulu, to launching ESPN Plus, to launching Disney Plus, and more. I'll put a full link to the story down below. I thought it was very interesting. I thought it was a very informative story. And I think it really kind of puts the picture of why cable companies, for all their bolstering, all their talk about, oh, cable's a better deal, don't worry about cord cutting, they're all going to come back. when you're losing 72% of your audience on your younger generation, that, 5-10 years from now, when those kids who are, preteen, young teens now are 20-somethings, that it means they're probably not going to get cable. My daughter, who is about 6, knows how to get to Disney. We have Disney available, Disney Junior. She used to love it. But she's got Netflix. She's got YouTube Kids. Anybody's kids here addicted to YouTube Kids? Right here, I got a kid in that case. I can't remember the last time I ever saw her watching Disney Junior or the Disney Channel or Nickelodeon. She's just not doing it. So I'd like to know, are your kids in that position? And how worried do you think cable executives should be about 72% of an audience vanishing off of one of the Hallmark, I guess one of the Gold Star channels, whatever you want, one of the classic bellwether channels, however you want to call it, the Disney Channel. But it's a channel that's often been seen as one of the must-have channels for a lot of cable subscribers. That may be changing. Next up, Comcast versus YouTube TV. This week, YouTube TV raised its price. We already talked about that. We saw the flood of articles. It's like they were pre-written. Within like 10 minutes, we started seeing articles. Oh, cable, cord cutting isn't a deal. Cable TV's a better deal. Might as well go back to cable TV. A little oversimplification there, but you've probably seen those stories this week. So I suggest, hey, our newest writer, sit down, take YouTube TV at the new $50, look at a similar Comcast package, and let's do a head-to-head comparison. We'll be doing some more of these. Is it really a better deal? What she found is a couple interesting things. First of all, right off the bat, most of the cable packages out there inflate their numbers a little bit. So there'll be like 140 channels for $80 or something like that. In this case, we did the digital starter. Now it costs $69.99 after a $10 price hike this year. Was $59.99. So the this one, 140 channels. Well, it's really only 80 some. Once you remove all the duplicate channels, Comcast has this thing in the chart where it says, ESPN and ESPN HD, the ABC, ABC HD, all those kind of breakdowns where a lot of the channels are listed twice because they're listed both in SD and HD. Once you take out the radio channels, which is just a static image and music playing, that 140 channels drops down to 80 some channels. So you got, for $69.99 now, you get 80 some channels with cable. For $50, you get 70 some channels with YouTube TV. And then we broke it down from there. We added the fees, we added the taxes, and we listed out all the channels, the cost per channel, what channels you get, what channels you won't get. It's all right there. My question to you is, after looking at that, which one's the better deal? You don't need me to tell you that. We wanted to give you the information so you can make the decision. I'll put a link to it in the show notes, and I want to know, from reading that, which one would you go to? I'd love to hear from you. And of course, don't forget that $69.95, I think it is, price for Comcast. Before taxes, before fees, before device rentals, before all the other stuff. HD technology, regional sports, broadcast TV, DVR service fee of $10 a month. It's all right there in the post. All right, so that is the stories of the week. I'd love to know what you think. I love this conversation. We're going to try to chat back to as many as we can with the time we have, but leave us a comment. And don't forget, if you've been here a while, you probably heard it, but this is the final weekend for our 6th anniversary giveaway. We're almost at 62,000 subscribers on YouTube now also. So we're giving away a 65-inch Roku TV from TCL, a $100 Sling TV gift card, and an antenna from Antennas Direct. Thank you to Roku, or TCL, Sling, and Antennas Direct for donating to the giveaway. To one lucky winner. I'll put a link in the show notes to enter it. You have until the end of the day, 11:59 p.m. Eastern on Monday to enter this giveaway. So check that out. And I hope everybody has a fun weekend. I hope you stay safe. Let me know what you think about the new camera. Everybody, I hope you stay safe. I hope you have a fun day. I really appreciate your support. Our YouTube channel is growing faster than it ever has. Our site's growing faster than it ever has. Wouldn't it be possible without people like you telling your friends, telling your family, hitting that like button, hitting that subscribe button. It's been a huge help. So we'll see you on Monday for our daily recaps. I'll see you back here next Saturday if you just watch the weekly recaps. And to everybody, take care, and I'll talk to you soon.